Would you mind stopping that for a while? It's starting to give me a headache.
Isn't that too bad?
Look, you're all worried about nothing. You know that, don't you?
What's that supposed to mean?
You're making too big a deal about this thing with Elena. So she knows we gave Billy Joe those pills. So what?
In the first place, we didn't give her those pills, Bo. You did. And in the second place, it is a big deal.
Let's not start in on that again.
Bo, Billy Joe is my brother. I hate what happened to him.
It's kind of late to be feeling that way now, isn't it? Will you stop worrying? Elena's not going to tell him anything.
She is going to tell him. She's probably telling him right now.
All right, what if she is? What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. But I'll think of something.
Hi, Billy Joe.
What do you want, Elena?
Well, that's some greeting.
You didn't answer my question.
No, I wanted to talk to you.
Look, this is about business. Ruby takes care of everything at the coop now, so you talk to her.
No, Billy Joe, this isn't about business.
And I don't think we got anything to talk about.
Yes, I think we do. Please, Billy Joe, it's important.
Oh, did you get Steve to eat anything?
No. I even made him one of my special super-duper grilled cheese sandwiches. He just sat there looking at it.
But Ginny, that boy's got to eat something. He hasn't eaten a thing since he got home.
Kate, I don't know what to do. Poor kid. I just have a feeling that all this is Barrett's fault, all this stuff that's happening. He's been through so much.
Oh, Ginny, now, I know I'm only wasting my breath, but try not to worry.
How can I not worry? It's almost as if Steve's a changed person. At the wedding, he was a happy, excited child, and now it's like he doesn't care whether he lives or dies.
Now, that's not true. The children are very strong. They can bounce back. We have to give him a lot of love and attention. I'm sure that'll bring him around.
I wish I could be that sure.
Oh, did you eat your sandwich?
I wasn't hungry.
Oh, but I thought Ginny's special cheese sandwich was your favorite. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go into Marshall Village in a little while. Would you like to come along? Maybe we could get an ice cream cone or a hot fudge sundae. Would you like that?
I don't think so. I don't really feel like it.
Honey, are you okay?
I'm just a little tired. Can I go up to my room?
Oh, sure, if that's what you want to do.
Oh, no.
You know, I really should be very angry with you.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because I wouldn't have to go through this crash course if you hadn't decided to quit World Oil. Still time to reconsider, you know.
Oh, no, you don't, but thanks anyway. It's always nice to feel wanted.
You are. I hope you know that. I hate like hell to lose you.
Look, Grant, Alex would have wanted his brother to succeed him at World Oil.
I know, but there's room for both of us, right?
I know there is, but I'm really anxious to get back into law practice. It's something I should have done a long time ago.
I hope Stryker realizes how lucky he is to have you with him.
I know that. I keep reminding him every chance I can get.
Excuse me.
Good.
Yes? No, that's all right. Oh, please ask her to come in. Iris is here.
Ah, well, guess I better be leaving then.
Grant, I missed you at breakfast. How are you today?
I'm fine. I left very early this morning. How are you?
I'm fine. Now, Ryan, I'm glad you're here, too.
Oh, Iris, actually, I was just leaving.
Please, stay. I have something I want to tell you both.
What is it, Iris?
I've decided to leave Houston.
Texas, starring Beverly McKinsey.
You're gonna be okay, baby. It's gonna be all right. I don't really see any cuts or bruises.
Well, I don't really think it's that serious.
Kate, then why did he fall like that?
I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what Doc Willard says when he gets here.
Oh, Stephen, you've been through so much. Nobody your age should have to go through so much. But it's gonna be all right now. Ryan and I want to do so many things for you. We're all gonna be happy together. 3 of us.
Hello? Doc Willard, please. This is an emergency.
Kate, why won't he wake up?
I don't know. Give him time, Ginny.
What if he isn't all right?
Now, don't even think that.
I'm just so worried about him.
He's going to be fine. Tom, this is Kate Marshall. Could you come right over here? There's been an accident.
Hi.
Hi.
Did I wake you?
No, I've been up for a while. Come in. I'm surprised you're at the boutique already.
I'm on my way over there right now. I have a few stops to make, though. I wanted to tell you how grateful I am for everything you've done, Dennis.
You don't have to thank me, Paige.
Oh, yes, I do. The opening was a huge success. There's even an article about it in the paper this morning. Did you see?
Yeah, I read it. It was a good article. Good publicity.
You know, Dennis, there was a time when I was about ready to give up.
Paige, you wouldn't have done that.
How do you know?
Because you don't give up that easily. You would have found some other way of making it.
I'm not so sure.
Listen. Don't go selling yourself short that way, okay?
I mean
You're
it,
giving me
Dennis.
too
If
much
you hadn't-
credit, Paige. I mean, Dad did a lot. Most of the people there were his friends.
Who's selling who short now, huh? You had a lot to do with the success of that opening.
I'm just glad I could help. Look, maybe you better get over to the boutique.
This is really embarrassing you, isn't it? I just wanted to say, Dennis, I feel like I owe you a lot. I just wish I could think of some way of repaying you.
You don't owe me anything, Paige.
What do you mean? Chartering those planes must have cost a small fortune, not to mention the telephone calls.
You're thanking the wrong person. Dad and Vicky took care of those phone calls. KVIK paid for them.
And the chartered planes?
I just wanted to do something to make up for all the pain my mother and I have caused you. I wanted to do something to make up for all of it.
I'm very grateful, Dennis.
Would you like some coffee?
You really don't like this, do you?
It's not that I don't like it, it just... it isn't necessary.
Well, there was something else I wanted to say.
Yes?
I hope I haven't caused any problems between you and your mom. I know she wasn't exactly thrilled about the opening.
Don't worry about my mother.
I don't want any more problems for you, Dennis.
My mother gets over everything.
Sure?
I'm sure. You see, she has amazing recuperative powers. She never let something like this keep her down.
You're leaving Houston.
Yes.
Wasn't this kind of sudden?
Not really. I've thought it through very carefully. I know myself well enough to trust my feelings. And right now, my feelings tell me Houston isn't where I should be.
Iris, why don't you sit down and tell us what brought this on?
There are many factors involved. Believe me, it wasn't an easy decision to make.
Well, I hope I'm not one of those factors.
As a matter of fact, you are.
Iris, you're not leaving because of me, are you?
Ryan, I was wrong about you. I don't like being wrong. And in your case, I can't imagine how I could possibly undo the damage I've done, especially since you seem so determined to leave World Oil.
I'm leaving World Oil because I want to go back into my law practice.
Now, you're being too kind. The real reason you're leaving is because of the untenable position I placed you in.
Iris, you don't have to do this.
But I do.
Please, I know how difficult this has.
Yes, it is. It is very difficult for me, Ryan, but these are things that must be said.
But everyone makes mistakes. The fact that you've admitted you're wrong, that's enough for me.
That's very sweet of you, Ryan. But I'm afraid not everyone will be as understanding.
No, who are you talking about?
Ashley, for one. But there are many others. I've made a fool of myself, and I can't stay here and be laughed at.
No one is laughing at you, Iris.
Grant's right, Iris. Just have to give it time.
I'm not going to wait for people to forget about the mistakes I've made. I couldn't bear that.
Aren't you acting rashly, Iris? I mean, why don't you give this some more thought?
I've already given it plenty of thought. It's what I want to do.
I'm in conference. She is. All right, just a moment. It's Ginny. She says it's important.
Oh, thanks. Hi, honey. Is he okay? Yeah, look, just stay calm. I'm on my way.
What is it, Ryan?
Something's happened to Steve. If you need me, I'm going to be out at the ranch.
Well, can I come in?
I don't think so.
Please, Billy Joe, it's very important. So, how you doing?
Okay, what's so important?
Please, Billy Joe, I want you to give me another chance. I want to help you. I want to be your friend.
You don't know how, Elena.
I am your friend, Billy Joe. I'm going to prove that to you.
How do you plan to do that?
Okay? You want to know who was feeding you those antibiotics?
Oh, you got the answer, right?
Well, I think I do. You see, Ruby...
Ruby? You're not going to tell me it was Ruby.
I'm just trying to tell you what happened, Billy Joe.
You just save your breath, Elena. Now, look, I'm not going to stand here and let you badmouth Ruby.
Now, just wait a minute. I don't think you know your sister as well as you think you do,
Listen,
Billy
you got
Joe.
no right to say anything bad about Ruby. Every time I was in a jam, she was there to help me.
Maybe you just think she was trying to help you.
Oh, is that right? Now, I suppose you're going to say that you're the one who got me the job on the Phil Roberts show.
Well, no.
No, that's right. It was Ruby. And who was it that stayed with me at the hospital all day yesterday? Was that you, Elena? No, it wasn't. It was Ruby again. You got no right to stand there and say anything bad about Ruby. At least Ruby cares what happens to me. She cares for me.
I care, Billy Joe.
Not so you'd notice. Now, you tell me you want to be my friend. Well, I find that a little hard to believe, Elena. Because from where I'm standing, it looks like the only friend I got right now is my sister.
So you really think Billy Joe's gonna be mad when he finds out about this, huh?
Maybe what I should do is go over there and tell him the truth myself.
Oh, real smart, Ruby. That's real smart. No, I do not think you should do that.
Why not?
Look, if you start blabbing to your brother, I just might feel the need to start getting a few things off my chest, if you follow my meaning.
You're gonna hold that wedding ring over my head forever, aren't you?
It does seem to do a pretty good job of holding you in line now, doesn't it?
I'm sick of your threats, Bo.
Oh, now isn't that too bad?
You know, I don't think Ricky would be that upset if he found out I was married anyway.
Well, then go ahead and tell him. But you'd be taking a real big chance.
Everybody can make a mistake, and Ricky understands that.
Maybe, but I guess that depends on what kind of mistakes you're talking about now, doesn't it, Pumpkin?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, it seems to me that you've made more than your share of mistakes. And I'm not just talking about the fact that you and me are husband and wife.
You wouldn't dare say anything.
Don't push me, Ruby. Or I just might find myself telling things that you don't want anyone to hear. You know, I just decided what you should do.
What?
I think you should go to your brother and you should tell him everything that happened.
But you said you didn't want me to.
Now, let me finish. I also want you to tell him that this whole thing was your idea.
That's a lie.
Just do it, Ruby. It seems to me you don't have a whole lot of options right now. Maybe if you play your cards right, you just might throw yourself on his mercy. That is, if he has any mercy left after everything that you've put him through.
Damn you, Bo.
I hope Jenny's little boy will be all right.
Oh, I'm sure he will be. I'll call the ranch later on and check up on him.
I remember so well what it was like when Dennis was that age. I think I overreacted to everything. All he had to do was cough, and I was absolutely convinced he had pneumonia.
Isn't that what you're doing now, Iris?
What?
Overreacting? This whole situation with Ryan?
Ryan's only part of it, and I'm not overreacting.
Well, then what's really bothering?
Everything. Justin Marshall's playing me for a fool. The trouble with Paige and Dennis. And also, soon after losing Alex, there's just no way I can deal with those memories here.
Well, there have been happy memories, too, haven't there?
The happy memories I'll take with me. The sad ones I'll leave here.
You're making a mistake, Iris.
I don't think so. Believe me, there's going to be a sigh of relief when I leave Houston.
No, it's not true. What about all the people that love you? Now, how are they going to feel if you leave Houston?
I suspect I'll be forgotten very quickly.
Are you fishing for a compliment?
No, I'm not.
Well, surely you must realize that you're not an easy woman to forget.
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. I'm simply speaking the truth. You'll be sorely missed, Iris. Would you do me a favor? Would you give this a lot more thought?
No. I'm sorry, Grant. I've given it all the thought it needs. My mind is made up.
Well, maybe Ruby isn't the friend you think she is, but
I don't want to hear it, Elena.
Billy Joe, you have got to see the kind of person that Ruby really is.
I know the kind of person Ruby is. She's the kind of person who helps you when you're in trouble. Every time I was in a jam this past few weeks, I don't even know how I got through without Ruby.
Well, maybe that's exactly what she wanted you to think, Billy Joe.
Come off it, Elena. What are you going to tell me now? You're going to tell me that you and Nita have been my best friends? Huh? You want to know something? There was a time I cared more for Nita and you than I did anybody in the world. But you both turned your backs on me when I needed you.
No, that's not true.
No? Well, it sure seemed that way to me.
Billy Joe, I'm glad you're here.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
No. Elena was just leaving, weren't you, Elena?
I guess so. You just remember what I told you, Billy Joe.
What was she doing here?
Elena was trying to sling a little mud, but I wasn't interested.
What's that mean?
Forget it. I don't want to talk about her anymore. You want her to sing at the coop, darling, that's your business, but I'm warning you. You be real careful. She might end up getting hurt, too.
What did she say?
She said she wanted to make sure I was all right.
You didn't believe her?
Well, she had something else on her mind.
What?
She was trying to badmouth you, Ruby, but I wouldn't let her.
Maybe you should have listened to her.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
Billy Joe, I have to tell you something.
Squeeze my hand, son. A little harder. That's very good. Now, let me check your eye.
He's going to be fine, Ginny.
Kate, he passed out. That's not normal. There must be something wrong.
Now, don't jump to conclusions. We have to wait until we talk to Doc Woodward.
I wish Ryan were here. He said he was coming right out.
But he'll be here. It hasn't been that long.
Well, am I going to be okay?
You're going to be just fine.
What happened to me? I don't remember falling or anything.
Well, I'm not real sure yet, but it's nothing you have to worry yourself about. I want you to try and get some rest, okay?
Is he going to be all right, Doc?
Oh, he'll be fine. He's suffering from exhaustion, but that's to be expected after what he's been through.
Is that all it is?
Well, there's certainly no evidence of anything else. Didn't you tell me, Kate, the boy hasn't been eating?
He hasn't eaten anything since he's been back.
Well, that probably contributed to his passing out.
Well, will he have to be hospitalized?
I don't think that'll be necessary. He needs rest. He can get that here. Just give him a lot of rest and love. He should snap back quickly.
Thank you, Dr. Willard.
Would you like a cup of coffee, Tom?
Oh, thanks, Kate. I got a waiting room full of patients back in town.
We're so sorry to have called you out here like this, but Ginny and I didn't know what else to do.
Well, there's no need to apologize. You handled things exactly right. There is something I have to warn you about, Kate.
What?
He could very easily have a breakdown. He's been through a lot of emotional strain, and any undue pressure at this time could drive him right over the edge.
I didn't know it was that serious.
Well, I'm not saying it is, but it could be. With proper home care, I'm sure he'll be just fine.
Well, we'll do everything we can.
Yeah, that's very important, Kate. It's a critical time for that boy. Staying right here means everything.
I'll see to it.
I know you will.
Of course, I feel very sad about leaving, but I know in my heart it's the best thing for everyone concerned.
Iris, if I thought for a minute that you were serious, I'd feel sad, too. But knowing how you change your mind...
I won't change my mind.
Maybe.
No maybes. My mind is made up.
For the moment.
I know we haven't seen eye to eye on a lot of things lately, Elliot, especially where Dennis is concerned, and I admit you were right about his needing professional help. But none of that would have happened in the first place if he hadn't married Paige. You do see now that Paige was wrong for Dennis.
Iris, I don't want to get into that again.
Neither do I.
Well, then can we please change the subject?
Of course. But won't you at least admit that you always took Paige's side?
Iris, please.
All right, Elliot. I won't say another word on the subject. I just dropped by to let you know my decision.
Well, I'm glad you did. And I'll be expecting a phone call from you tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm, to tell me that you've changed your mind.
I won't change my mind. I'm serious about leaving.
But you haven't told me where you're going.
It's not important. What is important is that... Oh.
Iris. Elliot,
Hello, Paige.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Not at all, Paige. As a matter of fact, I have some good news for you.
Oh?
I'm leaving Houston. And I think you'll be happy to know that.
You gotta tell me what?
Elena came over here to tell you that I was the one who slipped you those antibiotics, didn't she?
Well, yeah, she tried to tell me that, all right, but I stopped her. I don't know how she could think I believe a crazy story like that.
You should have.
What?
You should have believed her. Because it's true.
What do you mean it's true?
I did it, Billy Joe. But I did it for you.
Ruby, you put that stuff in my water pitcher in the hospital?
And I put it in the coffee at the studio, too.
Oh, come on. You're joking me, aren't you?
I'm not joking. But see, I did it because Phil Roberts was threatening to take you off the show. You and Ricky.
And you solved that problem of putting me in the hospital?
I didn't give you enough to hurt you.
Ruby, you gave me enough to scare me to death.
Billy Joe, please listen to me. When I found out that Phil wanted to get rid of you, the only thing I could think to do was to try to make it look like he was the one that was poisoning you.
I never heard such a crazy thing.
I know it sounds crazy.
I don't want to hear anymore. I don't want to hear anymore, Ruby. Phil Roberts told me that you're the one who got him drunk. Is that true?
It's true, Billy Joe.
Get out of here.
Oh, Billy Joe, you...
Get out.
Did that sound man come and fix the mic?
I couldn't say for sure, but I don't think so. Okay. Say, where you headed?
None of your business.
How come I'm getting the feeling that you're mad at me or something?
I don't know why you'd have an idea like that.
Look, Elena, I'd like a chance to explain about yesterday.
Save it, Bo. I'm not interested in your explanations.
Look, Elena, you gotta believe me. The whole idea of giving that thing to Billy Joe was Ruby's.
Well, that sounds just like you, you know?
What do you mean?
Letting Ruby take the blame really makes you quite the gentleman, doesn't it?
It's the truth.
Really?
Yes.
Except it doesn't wash, Bo. You see, I saw you putting those pills in Phil Roberts' pocket.
I don't care what you saw. You don't know what was really going on, Elena. The whole thing was a crazy idea from the beginning, and I told Ruby that. But you know how she is. Once she gets an idea in her head...
I know exactly how Ruby is, and I also know just how close you two are. Seems to me that somebody else might be interested in knowing how close you and Ruby are.
Who's that?
Ricky? And maybe I should go and tell him about all this.
Hey, Ruby's my manager, that's all.
Save the explanations, Bo. I don't buy it.
Do you think Iris is really serious about leaving Houston?
Oh, with Iris, who knows?
Strange, Elliot. I feel almost sorry for her. Even after everything she's done to me.
Well, she always gets these feelings of remorse, but they pass.
So ironic that she should be thinking about leaving Houston after all the time she's told me that she was going to run me out of town.
You know, I think what's upset her most is the fact that you've succeeded in spite of her.
Well, yesterday I told her that I owed the success of page 1 to her.
I bet she loved that.
Nope, she didn't want to hear it at all, actually. But in a way, it's true.
No, not at all. You owe the success of the boutique to your own personal initiative.
And the initiative of several close friends.
No, you did it. Don't diminish your accomplishment.
That's funny. That's just what Dennis told me this morning.
You saw him?
Yes. I dropped by to tell him how grateful I was. He's going to be all right, isn't he, Elliot?
I think so.
Funny, after everything that's happened, I still felt so close to him today.
Well, now that Dennis is recovering, there's no reason why the two of you can't become friends again.
Right now, he feels very uncomfortable around me.
Well, give him some time.
You know, Iris was right about one thing, though. Dennis and I were really never meant to be together. He even admitted that today. I'm just sorry we put each other through so much pain before we realized it.
Oh, honey, I feel terrible about this thing.
Why? This whole thing was caused by what Barrett put Steve through.
I don't know. I just feel so guilty. Maybe if
You're gonna have to stop blaming yourself about what's happened in the past. We gotta concentrate on the future.
Do you think we can?
Of course we can. We better start thinking about our lives, right?
Do you really think that Steve's going to be all right?
I'm positive. Now, look, honey, Steve's been through a tremendous strain the last couple of weeks, and when we brought him home, he tried to pretend that everything was all right, but it isn't. And it's going to take time, but he'll come around. You'll see.
Why didn't he tell us what he really felt?
Maybe he's a little embarrassed by all the attention. But just give him time to rest and adjust to everything that's happened, okay? And then when he gets stronger, we're going to take him to our home.
Grandma?
Yes, honey, I'm here. How are you feeling?
Tired.
Oh, are you hungry?
No, I just want to sleep.
I know.
Grandma, what's happening to me?
Well, you've got to understand that you've been through a lot lately. Everything that happened with your daddy.
He didn't hurt me.
I know. Your daddy loves you a lot. He would never hurt you. At least he'd never mean to. But he needed help with some problems that he had, and he's getting that help now.
I love him, Grandma.
Of course you do. You always will. But, honey, you feel the way you do because you're hurt. Not on the outside, like a bruise or a cut, but deep inside, because you just can't understand why your daddy acted the way he did. And that hurts. And those kind of hurts are harder to heal than a bruise or a cut. Mainly because nobody knows, nobody can see them, and nobody really knows how much you hurt inside. Does that make any sense to you?
I think so.
Good. Now, you've got to get your strength back so that you and your mother and Ryan can get on with your new life together.
Okay, Grandma.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
They both love you very much. You know that, don't you?
Yes, it's just...
Just what? You can tell your grandma about it?
Just don't see why we have to leave. Why can't we stay here?
Well, honey, sometimes things don't work out the way they wish they would.
Do you want me here, Grandma?
Of course I want you here. You're my great-grandson, aren't you? Now then, why don't you just try to get some sleep? And maybe you can eat something later.
Okay.
I'll be back in just a little while.
Grandma?
Yes, honey?
I don't want to leave here. Please let me stay.
Now, you just rest. We'll talk about it later, okay?
If we can't be friends, maybe we can at least work together. I mean, you're a singer, and I'm a songwriter. Now, that usually makes a pretty good team now, doesn't it? Elena, wouldn't you like to have another hit song? Don't you like feeling like a star? Hey, Ruby, how'd it go?
He's mad. What did you expect? I'm surprised you didn't tell him before I got there.
Oh, I tried, but he wouldn't listen. You didn't tell him, did you?
Why shouldn't I? I did it for him.
I think Billy Joe's a little too smart to buy that, Ruby.
Why else would I do it?
Well, I haven't quite figured that out yet. But I will.
You know what your problem is, Elena? You're too suspicious. But I guess that's what happens when you hang around a criminal like Joe Foster.
I won't even answer that.
Watch out for that one, Pumpkin. She's out to get you. And you know something? She just might do it.
What brings you over here?
Well, I came here to see if I could take Lacey out to lunch, and since I was in the building, I figured I'd drop by and say hello to you.
Well, I'm glad you did. Sit down.
Thank you.
I wanted to tell you how much I enjoyed visiting with you yesterday at the opening of Page's Boutique.
Well, thank you. I just hope I didn't throw that place into an uproar by inviting Iris to the opening.
No damage done. In fact, I'm glad you did.
I just figured that it was time that Iris put away her hostilities towards Page, but I'm not sure that did any harm good.
Well, it was a good idea, but I think you're expecting a lot of Iris. It's not easy for her to admit she's wrong about anything, especially something or someone about whom she feels passionate.
Like Page.
Exactly. Page has been one of Iris's crusades.
Well, I know that Iris is very stubborn.
That's putting it mildly.
But I have a feeling that she's beginning to see the light, although I don't think that she's handling it very well.
Why, what do you mean?
Well, she came by to see me this morning. She told me that she felt she had to leave Houston, that it was the only thing that she could do under the circumstances.
Oh, my. She has been busy this morning. She came here with the same story.
You think she's serious?
Well, with Iris, there's no telling, but I doubt it.
I hope you're right. I know she can be difficult, but I hate to see her leave.
Well, I think it's premature to plan a farewell party for her.
I think the thing that bothers me the most is the fact that she's been defeated by so many areas recently. I hate to see a proud woman like Iris beaten down by those defeats.
Well, I don't think you have to worry about that. In fact, I can guarantee you that is one thing that will never happen to Iris.
Naturally, I hate to leave you, but I hope you understand why I have to go.
Well, no, I'm not sure I do.
Houston isn't really the place for me anymore. There are too many painful memories here.
Well, where else is the place for you?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really decided yet. Maybe New York or Rome. In fact, I just received a letter from Ashley's Aunt Hildegard. She's taken a house on the Riviera. You know how I've always loved Saint-Tropez, so maybe I'll visit Hildy for a couple of months while I try to make up my mind.
Sounds like fun.
There's nothing fun about it. I'm trying to put my life back together, to forget some of the pain I've caused and some of the pain I've had to endure.
Well, you know you don't have to leave.
I do. I've thought it through. I really should have left when Alex died, but I stayed for you, and I hope it hasn't been a complete waste.
Well, now, what is that supposed to mean?
I think, at least I hope, that I have finally made you see Paige for the kind of person
I think
she
that's
really
far
is.
enough.
But you do see that now, don't you?
My relationship with Paige is strictly my business. I don't think it concerns you.
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sure talking about Paige is very painful for you, and I believe me, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, I'm not upset.
I'm glad. I've never meant to upset you. It's the last thing in the world I'd want to do.
The only way you could upset me is if I let you. And I'm just not going to give you that power anymore, Mom.
How's Steve?
We talked for a while now. He's gone back to sleep.
Then he's all right?
Well, he feels pretty weak. He just can't understand what's happening to him.
Of course he can't understand. He's always been so active.
Well, when he gets stronger, then we'll take him to our new home and life will be normal again, right?
I'm afraid it's not going to be that simple, Ryan.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, you can't take that boy off this ranch.
Okay, you know what our plans are.
I don't much care what your plans are, but I'm telling you, you can't go carting that boy off right now.
Well, I can't leave him here.
I'm not suggesting that you leave him here.
What are you suggesting?
Well, I haven't had a chance to think it through yet. But I do know that you can't take that boy off this ranch. This is home to him.
But Steve has a home with us.
Well, under normal circumstances, that would be fine. But we all know that Steve has not had an ordinary life these last few weeks, let alone the weeks before.
Well, Ginny and I will help him adjust.
But it's hard enough for a boy with no other problems to adjust to moving to a new home. But a child who's been through all that Steve has.
I've thought about that.
Honey, do you think Kate's right?
Well, she has a good point.
Well, I don't agree. I mean, there's no way we're going to leave Steve here.
I am not suggesting that you leave Steve here.
Kate, you must know there's no way we're all going to live under the same roof as Justin.
Well, I don't know what the answer is, Ryan. But I do know, if you take that boy off this ranch, you might just kill him.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Texas.